As we continue to look at the characteristics of the beast today, we're going to look at the sixth one, which is persecutes God's people. Let's turn to Revelation 13, and we're going to read verses 7 through 8. It says, "And it was given unto him to make war with the saints, and to overcome them. And power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb, slain from the foundation of the world." So here we have this characteristic of the beast in Revelation 13, verse 7. "And it was given unto him to make war with the saints." And notice too in verse 8 that everyone that dwells on the earth shall worship him, except those whose names are written in the book of life of the Lamb. So those that have their name in the book of life will not be worshiping the beast. So let's look at a parallel verse in Daniel chapter 7. We're going to be reading verses 24 and 25. "And the 10 horns out of this kingdom are 10 kings that shall arise. And another shall arise after them, and he shall be diverse from the first, and he shall subdue 3 kings. This one that arises after them is the little horn of Daniel chapter 7, which is equivalent to the beast of Revelation 13. Notice what it says about the little horn in verse 25. "And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and the dividing of times." So this wearing out of the saints of the Most High, the saints of God, shall occur for a time and times and the dividing of times. We've already studied this phrase and know that it constitutes 1,260 years. So we know that the beast was given its power by the dragon, is given its seat and authority. And in 538 AD, Justinian of the Roman Empire made the beast the head of all churches. And this is the beginning of that reign of 1,260 years. And so during this time, the beast would persecute God's people, the saints. So does the Bible tell us a description of the saints? Yes, it does. In Revelation 14:12, it says this, "Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of God and the faith of Jesus." So the saints keep the commandments of God and the faith of Jesus. They have the same type of faith that Jesus had, trust in his Father. And so this is a description of the saints. So what does it look like, this persecution of the saints, or this war with the saints? This is from Scott's church history, and this is what it says. "No computation can reach the numbers who have been put to death in different ways on account of their maintaining the profession of the gospel and opposing the corruption of the beast." I just filled in the beast for the name that's there. 1,000,000 of poor Waldensians perished in France. 900,000 Orthodox Christians were slain in less than 30 years after the institution of the Order of the Jesuits. The Duke of Alva boasted of having put to death in the Netherlands 36,000 by the hand of the common executioner during the space of a few years. The Inquisition destroyed, by various tortures, 150,000 within 30 years. These are a few specimens, and but a few, of those which history has recorded. But the total number will never be known until the earth shall disclose her blood, and no more cover her slain. In Fox's Book of Martyrs, we read this, "Such was the Inquisition, declared by the Spirit of God to be at once the offspring and the image of the beast. To feel the force of the parentage, we must look to the time. In the 13th century, the beast was at the summit of mortal dominion. It was independent of all kingdoms. It ruled with a rank of influence never before or since possessed by a human scepter. It was the acknowledged sovereign of body and soul. To all earthly intents, its power was immeasurable, for good or for evil. It might have spread literature, peace and freedom and Christianity to the ends of Europe or the world. But its nature was hostile. Its fuller triumph only disclosed its fuller evil, and to the shame of human reason, the terror and suffering of human virtue, the beast, and the hour of its consummate grandeur, teemed with the monstrous and horrid birth of the Inquisition. It's been said that the beast, during its reign, killed or put to death over 50 million people. If you talk to people from Europe, they'll say that number is more likely 150 million people. So this is, again, another one of the characteristics of the beast of Revelation 13. We have a few more to go. So I hope that you continue to study these things. Compare the Bible to history and see if you can determine how all of these characteristics apply to this one power, the power of the beast listed in Revelation 13 and Daniel 7. May God continue to bless you as you study His Word.